Hey guys, it's Milk Jug Gaming and Art Studios here, and today I'm presenting to you 7 things that will make RDR2 100% Game of the Year. For number 1, we have properties. It would be cool if you could maybe buy your house in the own game, or maybe like a new campsite, or really just properties in general. Maybe you can buy a restaurant and, gain some money that way, or you can, buy a house, like, late game that is permanently your house, and maybe if you go there, your horse, and you get a boost to refill, of your cores and stuff, maybe. That could also be another thing. And for number 2, we have wagon building. Usually maybe people have 1 or 2 horses each time they play the game through, or on their playthrough. But imagine if the money you have stored, you could maybe, buy horses, and then you can assign those horses to wagons. And, like for instance, like for $500, you can buy a single horse carriage where you can only fit one of your horses. So that'd be like, oh, hey, I should go out into the wilderness and, get me a wild horse or catch me a wild horse to put on my wagon. And, you can keep going up and up. And then, like, at 2,000 or something, you have, like, a 4-horse wagon. And then you can, all those horses you have bought and, tamed, you can put it on your wagon. And it will affect your speed or your stamina. Or if they're all war horses, you can have like a war carriage. And kind of going with number 1 of properties, it would be cool if maybe you can actually have like a old-fashioned RV or something. Like you can have a wagon on wheels. So if you are going up north and want to have a warm place to sleep, then, you can have your own portable house, which you can bring anywhere. So that would also be good, right? And, there's a lot of stuff you can maybe do with the wagons and stuff. Like, you can do maybe some cool missions, or maybe, like I said earlier, with the war wagon, you can have, like, all war horses. So it would be fun to go out and, like, get a big bounty. And then you can, just see how long you can last. For number 3, we have more weapons and bows. And, there's definitely a lot less weapons here than the first Red Dead Redemption. But, it could still be fixed. Like, we can get some new repeaters, or maybe we can even get, the first semi-auto, rifle ever built or something. Like, maybe as an Easter egg or anything like that. And maybe for bows, as you progress, you can buy, like bows with, harder wood and stuff that will help you. And if maybe there's bow challenges, and with that, you can, you can maybe get, a gold handle on your bow, or maybe you can also customize it like any other gun. And you can, maybe get yourself a handle, you can get yourself a stringier string, and, yeah. And there's a lot of guns back in the day, so you could definitely, copy and paste some into the game. And, and you can maybe even look up the history to some of the guns in Red Dead Redemption 1. And you can, maybe fit in, oh, this is a prototype or whatever, if it's not the same, if the time date doesn't match that much. For number 4, we have gang robberies and activities. It would be cool if maybe you can, say, okay, I want this gang member, that gang member, and this gang member to maybe go on a train robbery with me, right? So it's like you can basically make your own missions. And it would be cool if I could say, oh, hey, I want Lenny and John to go fishing with me, or anything like that. And when it comes to like late game, or like not late game, but like epilogue time, when you're not really in a gang anymore, maybe you could find like stranger missions that gives you people who can go live in your house, and maybe you can say, hey, this stranger mission guy, you can come hunt with me, or rob with me. Because I'm going to be completely honest, I love Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 1 was my whole childhood. But I'm kind of disappointed. There's not a lot of robbing. Like, you get one bank robbery, and then if you buy the special edition, or the most expensive one like I did, you get the one bank robbery in Valentine. But even still, it would be cool if maybe there was like a 20-day process in game, or like maybe a 10-day process where you can like assign people, kind of like how you would do in GTA 5, where you can say, okay, I want this person, covering the door or whatever, and it would be really cool to have fun, like, and it would be good for late game because you can just keep robbing banks and stuff. And I can imagine people can do some really cool stuff by putting people in certain places and giving people certain jobs. I honestly think that would be very fun. Number 5, special ammo shops. Throughout the game, I didn't really, like, right now, I'm playing a first-person only single-player game, and I've been using the bow a lot. And, of course, for me anyway, since I'm in first person, I can use the bow, or I can use it a lot better than I would in third person. But when I would play it in third person, I wouldn't really use the bow that much, because the arrows, since it was kind of harder to aim in third person, it would hit in non-lethal spots, like in the leg, or any other place like that, with just regular arrows. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm not going to use the bow that much. But if there were shops that were maybe like 3 times the price that are for like normal bullets, like maybe you can go to a certain shop or a fence to buy improved bullets or improved arrows. Because I would use the bow a lot more in my third person games if I had improved arrows. Because when I finally do get improved arrows after, just hunting and stuff, since they're so good at penetrating, that's what she said, they go through a lot. So if I were to, shoot someone like in the neck, where, there's kind of a thin, like, part of the body than anywhere else, or in the hand, then it will go straight through. And then you may not find it, or it will take a while to find it. When with regular arrows, you shoot them, it pretty much sticks. So, it's kind of a waste to make improved arrows if you like try to shoot for headshots. Like, you have to shoot for the body, or you're just going to lose your arrows or just waste time. For number 6, we have more scopes and sights. You can get short scopes, long scopes, or improved, iron sights. But if you're doing a first-person thing, then you either have to pick, scope, improved, or regular. And if you're just using regular, then you're missing out, because both the scopes and the improved iron sights actually gives you a boost of like accuracy and stuff. So maybe there would be like sights, or like you could get different sights on your gun. Like, I think it's one of the lever actions where it's kind of like a circle. You should be able to maybe choose like, I want a circle on my bolt action rifle, or I can just, hey, get a glowing, like a just a regular sight, but like maybe it has that nuclear material they used back in the day to make it glow, so maybe it would be more of a nighttime weapon. Or maybe you could just get like a very kind of like small scope, like not like a small scope, but like a very small scope. So it's like it's just tiny, but it does give you a little binocular, binocular vision. So improved rather. For number 7, the final thing is Arthur Morgan in general. Arthur Morgan has been probably one of my favorite video game characters in years, and I know I'm not alone on that. If it would be cool if there was maybe like 2 secret endings to where, one ending is, you leave Dutch's gang and go with Mary, and then for the epilogue you have your own story, and for all the other stuff on here it would make sense because maybe as Arthur Morgan, you just live in a wagon RV thing, but you can, go make money and buy an actual house. Or, yeah. And then for, like, another secret ending, maybe, if you have very high honor, then when, spoilers, if you go see Abigail, like, at the very end, maybe it would be cool where it's like, you know what, I know my time is coming up, but I want to help you get Dutch, right? And of course it'll be an uncanon ending, but maybe you can just help, well, it can still be canon, just make it where Arthur doesn't, like, kill Dutch, or, like, he escapes. So maybe for the epilogue, Arthur's a cop. And, yeah. And, I mean, I know probably, like, no one on, like, Rockstar is going to watch this video, but honestly, I already love the game. If these things were to get added, I would love the game more, because, at the end of the game, if I were playing as Arthur or anybody else, I would really love to, like, because, like, if I'm not doing achievements, like hunting all the animals and fishing all the animals, then I would just start a new game. But if it's like, hey, I have no more missions and I've hunted everything I need to hunt, it would be cool if maybe, like I said earlier, go to stranger missions, pick up some, like, gang members you can actually, put in your house, or, assign to a house or anything like that, and you can just do robberies and stuff. And like number 1, when it came to properties, it would be cool if maybe you can, like do farming. Like, maybe you can hire, like, farmers to go in a field, or you can get cattle, and it's like every 3 days or so, you'll sell milk and get a little money. I feel like with these, like, just simple things, like, the game can be very fun. And I feel like all of these are possible. I mean, probably except for the Arthur Morgan part, because they would probably have to do, like, a lot of coding. But I feel like at least for 1 to 6, if they were added, this game would be, like, a million more times fun as it already is. So, I really doubt anybody will watch this video, but if anybody from Rockstar does, I mean, I will, I think this is definitely some improvements. And it would definitely, get more people to buy the game and play it longer. So, this is Milk Jug signing off.